going on, you guys? Let's welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. There I got one for One Piece chapter 1023. And let me tell you something I am loving right now. This chapter because this is pressure. Straight gas, 93. Might have been diesel. Might have been diesel, okay? Because I thought this is what I like about One Piece. And this is what I like. These are the chapters that I love from Oda. We don't just focus. I get it. We focus on singular things at certain times, but I feel like the setup for the battles, we get like set up for battles, and then when we go to them one-on-ones, it'll feel better because like he stuffed this thing with so much information. One of those things is that I think it's pretty much like confirms that Zoro's a Shimotsuki, and like his father is Ushimaru. So I like, of course, this doesn't necessarily, it doesn't like prove it 100%, but the way they talked about Kawamatsu and Hyogoro, like talked about it, it's like you pretty much see like, yeah, they're pretty much leading into that. Not only that, we find out like what King's race is, a Lunarian. People have theories already. It's Sanji a Lunarian because he's able to like light his legs on fire or his feet on fire, and then you have Queen, who's basically telling him like, yeah, humans can't do that. Like you were altered, and Sanji's like, yeah, I'm 100% human. So we get the fact that we get that King is a Lunarian, who seem to be a race of people who used to be atop a race of Marco even. Well, not Marco. He had a flashback. He was talking to Pops. He was just like, yo, these people were gods, that live atop the red line. And like we know the people who live atop the red line now are the celestial dragons. So like it's kind of like a lot of the connection. And I'm kind of wondering how did King come into contact with Kaido. I think King's backstory is going to give us a lot for like what the story is about to go, and I appreciate that. And I'm wondering like, what did Kaido like protect him because he's one of the last of his race? And we get like some clashes between Zoro and King, and King, the way King fight. It's weird because we see King's sword, and we've seen it a couple times, but when him and Zoro clash, he's able to like get these little ridges in it in which he takes Zoro's sword and then delivers a punch right to Zoro's. It looked like he punched Zoro in the face, but then we go back to it. His fist is on Zoro's sword. I think that was I can't remember what sword it was. Wadachi? I don't remember. But so you have that. The stuff between Sanji and Queen is great. Even just before the fight happened, Queen tell him like, "Yo, drought, plague, wildfire, like we the lead, like we the lead, we the oh my god, lead performers. We're the calamity. This is the reason we have these titles. We're not losing to y'all." And I like the confidence by Queen, but it's like, okay, Queen, bro, yeah, you're going down this chapter. I mean, not this chapter, but like you're going down this arc, bro. You pretty much don't stand a chance. Sanji been destined you already. Another thing is Sanji's feeling weird. He said after he started feeling weird after putting on the raid suit just for the second time. I personally believe that Sanji, the raid suit, might have activated something in Sanji, and by that I mean, like, we know Sanji and his brothers were altered. I think Sanji is simply a late bloomer. So on top of the strength that Sanji already have, I think he's about to get the power boost, and he still has the raid suit. Okay, but he's going against Queen, who's a cyborg, which you never necessarily know how you can beat somebody like Queen because it seems like they always have like gadgets or some kind of ways of coming back. Well, Queen says something very, very unique. It's like not even Vegapunk can make somebody like being. It's like, man, that's saying a lot because like we all know Vegapunk that dude when it comes to everything, right? But I'm liking the story between Zoro and King because he's just like, okay, let's see how you fight, but Zoro's like, okay, I understand how you fight now, but you never said that you was a swordsman. So Zoro's been looking for like some kind of like swordsmanship in their battle, but it's like, nah, you never said she was a swordsman, so I shouldn't expect that from you. But nonetheless, I'm gonna win this fight no matter what, whether I have to bite your throat off. It's like, damn, like you really see how Zoro has to be against King, who we all know is a dog. Well, no, I ain't gonna say it's a dog, but it's like he's a first Yonko commander, so he has to have some kind of stature. We get more of a Fukurokuju and Raizo, that battle. We see Jack's hybrid form, him versus Inu, and I personally was like, damn, Jack, you should be Jack in this hybrid form should be winning now because we didn't see it. He didn't. From our knowledge, we don't. I don't think he went in his hybrid form when he fought them on Zoe. I could be wrong, but since they never showed it, I get that we can only go about the information that we had. So I thought Zach would have been dominated. It did seem like Inu was on the ropes until obviously it's a hole and Onigashima shine down. Ino's back into his Sulong form. So we have that fight going. And then we go over to Pero Spero, and he's fighting Neku, who just going into his hybrid form. Not his hybrid form, his Sulong form. Meanwhile, Carrot and what I think Rebecca are right there as well. Not Rebecca. Her name is not Rebecca. It's Carrot and the other chick, the deer. They might now they can go if they go in their Sulong form. What's gonna happen? I'm still waiting to see Beppo's Sulong form. I personally would love if Jack defeats Inu and then has to fight Beppo in this Sulong form because I think there's something special about Jack uh, and why Kaido personally because Kaido said that he personally recruited Jack for his crew. So I'm kind of that has to be something to that, you know. Hopefully we get to see it, but the biggest thing that comes from this well I'm not gonna say the biggest thing but one of the biggest things that comes from this chapter is Momo is an adult and we get one of the coldest panels I think we've ever seen. Now, some of the art Oda's been doing lately, it's been just phenomenal, just straight up and down phenomenal. We get another one where Luffy is standing talking to Momo and basically say, "Hey, not basically, he just says, let's go take back Wano." Now, with Momo being an adult dragon, that means he comes with certain perks, okay? Not only that, Momo being an adult kind of comes with like a certain strength, but not to the point to where I feel like he can be very effective in battle, you know? Because that wouldn't necessarily make sense to me, because he still has the mind of an 8-year-old. But also, what's his name was crying and said he looked like someone. They didn't say who though. I think most of us would assume it's Odin because why wouldn't he look like Odin? And why would what's his name be crying if he didn't? If he looked like anybody else, it wouldn't matter. But like him looking like Momonosuke looking like Odin would mean something. I think next chapter we're gonna get a couple things. One of those things is obviously going to the rooftop. Luffy is confronting Kaido again. We're gonna see Yamato dying and I think, but she's gonna look up and see uh, 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 Momonosuke who looks like Odin. Not only that, Kaido's gonna be shocked because he's gonna be like, Kazuki Odin? And he'll be like, nah, it's Momonosuke. He'll tell him it's like it's Momonosuke. But then again, and that's why I think when they get up there, what's the name gonna be KO? Yamato's gonna be KO because obviously once well, I don't think Kaido's going to save Odin either because when Momonosuke goes up there, he's going to look like a dragon. Then of course he's going to transform to like how he normally looks in this like human form. So Kaido probably would get to see that. But another and his back can be turned or something like that. I don't know. But another thing uh, is that I think this just sets up Momonosuke saving the capital. We gonna have him use his clouds to hold up, which I personally, y'all know me. I want to see some get dropped. You know, I want to see the terror, the fear, the actual like helplessness. I wanted Onigashima to actually fall on it because I'm like, what's the point of doing it? I get it. You want to give Momo a moment, but I want and oh, the Shogun Momonosuke saved Wano. I want it to fall on people. I'm sorry. I think next chapter, like I said, we're gonna get that, and we're gonna finally get to see the actual fight between Kid, Law, and Big Mom, because that's the only one that hasn't really been covered and we haven't really been seeing. But that's the one I think we're gonna see next. I don't know if we're gonna focus on anything else. Eventually, these gonna turn into like chapter dedicated fights, just kind of like how the Jinbei Who's Who, Robin Black Maria, kind of like those where I think that it's eventually going to turn into that. But right now, it's just kind of like the build up, and some of these fights, I wonder how long Oda's going to make them last, considering considering like how much is left, like and how much left is the arc. We technically don't know how much. We still don't know how Kaido's gonna be defeated. I don't know if Marco is gonna get back in the fight and fight Kaido. There's a lot left to be discovered, I guess I would say. The Zoro backstory, I don't know if we're gonna explore that now or do we explore that after the fight is over. You have King's backstory. You still have the stuff with Sanji. It's a lot of stuff I feel like Oda's setting up, and I feel like it's going to be like some really great content though, and some great information that we're gonna get. I personally am still looking forward to Kaido's backstory more than anybody's. I think the reason King is become so interesting now is because of what's going on. But I'm still personally looking for Kaido's backstory and like who did he lose to? Just so many different things like that. Because I think that I'm gonna say it's more important, but that's something I've been worried about or wondering about for the longest time. Now, one more thing I have to address, and it's the Zoro stuff. Zoro being like I said, what's the name? I always wanted people to just kind of be them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be want like it just to be regular. Like Zoro was just a swordsman who wanted to be strong. Now you get this heritage, and it's like, oh, where he comes from. Like he's basically a descendant of Ryuma. So it's like, all right, Luffy's father is the most wanted man in the world. His grandpa is the hero of the Marines. Usopp's father is like the world's greatest sniper. Robin is the last of her people. Nami's one that's just kind of like chill. I like hers. Frankie, he used to work under Tom. I just and this is how One Piece works though. Like Oda loves his connective tissues, and I just I don't love it as much. But I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping because like obviously people will say like Zoro still work for it. Like nothing. Yeah, Zoro wasn't given anything. It's just still like, oh, you related to so and so? Oh, okay. I just really wish that wasn't necessarily something, you know. But it connects him to Wano. I think we all figured he would have some kind of connection to Wano, and there it is. But yeah, man, fucking excellent chapter. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 chapter. Uh, like I said, I enjoy seeing so many different things. I ain't gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. The reason I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 because my favorite chapters are when they're losing, and that's just what it is. My favorite chapters are when the alliance and like the Zoro is losing back against the wall, and like my chapter I might like more than that is when he actually overcomes whatever it is. But like right now, it seems pretty even, so I'd say 9 out of 10. You know, but I thought the chapter was fucking amazing still. You guys, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.